Welcome to Reykjavik Calling, our annual sister city showcase and celebration of Icelandic music and culture. I'm Kevin Cole from KEXP in our live performance space here, and we've got a great show lined up today, including performances from Icelandic artists Kristín Anna and Supersport and Seattle's Tomo Nakayama. Also, we'll take a peek into Icelandic food and drink with Chef Þráinn from Ox and mixologist Leo. Conversation and with writer and poet Frida Esberg. And we're going to go to Icelandair's offices in Boston and spin the wheel of prizes. We've got some great prizes we're giving away throughout the show, and you can still enter to win some of these prizes by going to icelandnaturally.com, giving away skincare goodies from Blue Lagoon, also a blanket made of Icelandic wool, bottles of Reykjavik vodka, and we've got a grand prize, a trip to Iceland from Icelandair when we can all travel again. I know we're all looking forward to that, but we're going to be traveling today through music and culture. So right now, let's check in with my Icelandic co-host, Bergur Ebbi, who's in Reykjavik at KEXP Hostel. Bergur's an author, an actor, a comedian. He's written a lot about zeitgeist and global issues that impact small nations. So Bergur, how are things going in Iceland?
Thank you very much. Such an honor to be with you. Things are going great here in Reykjavik. We are completely losing hope. There's been a storm rattling our houses for a few days. I haven't slept for a few days myself, actually. There was an earthquake not too long ago. I was very scared. So we're talking about typical Icelandic November, and couldn't be better. As you can see, with this great program we have here tonight, we're playing music for you. We are doing our best here, and we're very happy to be here from KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik. It's a hostel place where, you know, we have that hipster vibe. We're trying to curate this for you Americans because you love this, like, you know, this Brooklyn kind of random vibe of like non-confirmed furniture, like random chair here and just some old sofa from grandmother's place, you know, this kind of vibe. But, you know, the thing is that here in KEXP Hostel, they made this out of necessity. Like, these were the only furniture they actually had. So, you know, that's what they're working with. But things are good here in Iceland, I'm telling you. And it's so good that at these times where everything has to go through a screen and like with some social distancing rules and such, and you're watching a stream now called Taste of Iceland. I can tell you that Iceland is actually one of the few places in the world which you can actually taste through a screen. One of the most interesting things that have happened to this culture in the recent years is when we started to get American tourists here en masse. It's amazing. You're somehow able to amplify our flaws and make them look like they're interesting. It's great. We are very happy to have you here. Like, you know, a lot of things that we, you know, are just maybe not even good enough, like, you know, to have a random set of chairs, one yellow chair, one black chair, and then just some random sofa. Americans love it. They're like, oh, this is quirky, this is great. Oh, did you design this like in some very enhanced scheme in your head? Is it part of some greater, you know, aesthetic structure you're trying to project to us? And we're like, I didn't understand any of these words, but yeah, sure, we'll take that. And things have been going pretty good, and we cannot miss you guys. You should come again as soon as it's possible, because frankly, we kind of built a lot of hotel towers recently, and they are abandoned at the moment. I love it personally because I just happen to love abandoned buildings because they're Gothic and it's kind of, you know, poetic and cool. Something like in America, you have a lot of these, even whole districts, like, you know, city neighborhoods abandoned. It's pretty cool, like Rust Belt kind of, you know, Gothic stuff. And I think that's actually where the real juice and like grit power of America comes from. But that's another story. And I'm kind of strangely proud that here in Iceland we have those kind of things right now. We have abandoned towers. You know, families can move in now into big abandoned mansions like it's, you know, the Addams Family. So maybe in the future we will have some cartoons or some interesting stuff happening because of that. But in the meantime, it would maybe be good to have you back when it's possible. But As I said in the beginning, we are actually doing good. We're not complaining at all. We are, I think, in many ways doing okay, like creative-wise, because isolation and lockdowns don't really suffocate the creative force. People are just doing music like they did before, and they're creating stories. I think people even perhaps create more stories when they're being isolated and they don't have any interesting reality as a pastime. They just have to invent some fantasies or whatever, and I think maybe something interesting will come out of that. So that's not going away. And we are presenting some of this to you here in this stream. We are going to a restaurant where a chef is preparing some very interesting meals. You're watching a stream now called Taste of Iceland, and it's kind of strange, but Iceland is one of the few places which you can actually taste through a stream or a screen for that matter. I'm not proposing that you lick the screen later, but you will see some dishes that will perhaps tempt you into that direction, but still don't do it because of, germs and stuff. But we are like, this restaurant is something else. We're having a visit from a poet later. We're going to discuss matters of national identity and some profound stuff, the difference between Icelandic and English, and I can't wait to meet her, Frida Isberg, we're meeting her later. And some just very interesting stuff, some more music, and I'm just very happy to walk you through this and to be able to present this to you. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Bergur. Looking forward to checking back in with you, and also licking the screen for a taste of Iceland. All right, we're going to be doing a ton of giveaways throughout Reykjavik Calling, including giving away the new Icelandair Relaxing Getaway Package. It's available for purchase now, if you'd like, through December 2nd for $599. All right, it's time for our first musical guest today, a young new band out of Reykjavik Supersport. They're part of the Post-Draving Arts Collective, which has had a real impact on the Reykjavik underground grassroots music scene. They place a strong emphasis on the DIT aesthetic, not the DIY do-it-yourself aesthetic, but the DIT do-it-together aesthetic, really working to build community and to collaborate. So let's go to Supersport live at KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik, Iceland.
We are Supersport, soon to be Iceland's most beloved pop group. We've written some really nice songs, and we cannot wait to share them with you all.
See
for tuning in. You're Supersport. We look forward to seeing more of you.
That is Supersport, live from KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik, Iceland. So great to see live music from KEXP Hostel, KEXP's home away from home, during our Iceland Airwaves broadcast, where we have captured hundreds and hundreds of live performances from Icelandic bands on that stage. You can watch them on our YouTube channel. Now, Iceland Airwaves obviously canceled in 2020 like everything else, but what they're doing is carrying over the lineup from 2020 into 2021 and adding a bunch of new artists as well, including Supersport, who you just heard there. Supersport are also featured on my new Iceland Airwaves podcast, which you can get to by going to the listen section of kexp.org. It's Reykjavik Calling, our celebration of Icelandic music and culture. We've got a bunch of giveaways, giving away skincare products from the Blue Lagoon, wool scarves and blankets, Reykjavik vodka. Also, there's a great record label in Iceland called Bad Taste Records. It's also a store. The label started as a means to put out their own music, including the very first release, which was a release from the Sugar Cubes. And today happens to be Bjork's birthday, so happy birthday, Bjork. Also, it is the birthday of Bad Taste Records. They're celebrating their 33 and a third birthday. And they've got a book to celebrate, so we're going to be giving away the book as well. And a trip to Iceland, which is amazing. The new Icelandair relaxing getaway package. And they're also running a special deal on that through December 2nd. You can find out more about that at Icelandair. All right, back to KEXP Hostel to join Bergur Ebbi in conversation with fellow Icelandic writer Frida Esberg, discussing being an artist in Iceland, themes in Icelandic writing, national identity, and more.
So we're back here at KEXP Hostel, and I'm very happy to be joined here with our fellow author, Frida Esberg. How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess retreating to yourself as a writer is maybe not the worst experience.
No, things are pretty much as usual. I don't live my life very differently actually from this.
Do you even think that something interesting is going to come out of this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people are probably being aware of things that they weren't aware of before.
Are you sensing cabin fever? Like we living on an island and everything, is it especially bad this season?
Probably, yeah.
Or is maybe the rest of the world experiencing how it feels to be Icelandic, always being surrounded by the same people? And
yeah, probably. It's I guess it's pretty close also to the isolation that we feel when the weather is bad during the worst months. Then it's much isolation and much social distancing.
We have lockdown season every season pretty much.
Just trying to get through it and making the time pass. And
yeah. So Frida, you're an Icelandic writer. Your themes must be darkness, isolation, depression, or no? Have you managed to get out of those typical Icelandic themes?
I sure hope so. But I think it's very interesting to see like how the narrative of Icelandic creativity has been formed for the past decade or so. You know, when the tourist boom came and and
tourist boom being tourist bomb.
But
don't know what you did to our country. These tourists.
Exactly. But but it's definitely interesting to see how we
have amplified it a little bit.
Like you were saying, like the chicken and the egg, like which came first? Like this kind of narrative or identity, or did we like enhance it? Did we tell other
Right.
people, or did other people tell us?
Yeah.
You know, because they assume that darkness and weather and isolation, you know, and these extremities are the source of inspiration. And of course, it has to have something to say. You know, it has to be a contributing factor. But from my experience, I'm just talking about, you know, people being idiots and nuances between people, and there's no nature and there's no mountains and there's no sea, you know.
You need to step it up, bring in some elves and...
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's almost like some kind of loop has been created.
Yeah.
Where yeah, we are constantly amplifying these themes and feeding into the stream, which is probably has some it probably has some truth to it, but
but I mean, national identities are always in a way a fantasy, and we want to belong to the fantasy. We don't want to break the spell. Because fantasies are nice, you know. We
escape from reality.
Yes,
needed sometimes.
But if we strip away, you know, the kind of fantasy, the fantasy aspects that we're being told about the darkness and the mystery and the weather, and then I think that still we have a pretty amazing scenes, you know, literary scenes, music scenes, because I think Reykjavik, you know, like every capital, is ambitious, like New York and London and Copenhagen. You know, these are all ambitious cities where ambitious people come in to get more opportunities. But what I think distinguishes Reykjavik from those other capitals is that it's so small, that we still have like the small town mindset, and we have the scrutiny of the small town, and we have the proximity of the small town. So we're always watching each other, and we're always watching what the other is doing as well. So the scene becomes so incredibly meddled, you know, it's so condensed. And the bubble is, of course, you know, very, very obvious when you step out of it and see how much you are just like looking at each other. And
it has some advantages, being that we might become competitive, almost maybe petty competitive, but some disadvantages, of course, also.
Absolutely. I think this, like, for instance, when people come here, foreigners come here, I've often heard that they say, like, why is everybody staring at me? You know, because we are a small town. There's a new kid in town. And we're looking like, do we know this person? No, we don't know this person.
And what is that person wearing? And can I, why am I not wearing that? And can I?
Yeah, but you know, this scrutiny, I think, can be both a fuel, you know, to people's ambitions, but it can also be paralyzing, I think, and cause much anxiety. And
yeah, it can create some kind of clique environment where either you're in or you're out, and it's not very, like, just not maybe, it's not diversified, you know, it's not maybe inclusive enough sometimes.
Yeah, and I think these are the problems that all small towns have to deal with, you know, and be aware of and trying to solve, you know, and be more open.
Yeah.
It's the endless task of the small town.
Well, it was a real pleasure talking to you, Frida. Thank you so much for the chat.
Thank you for having me.
That is Bergur with fellow Icelandic author Frida Esberg, reflecting on the ambitious creativity in the Reykjavik arts scene, whether it be writing, music, or art. And Frida's published 3 books, a collection of short stories, and 2 collections of poetry. Her work has been translated into Danish, German, Norwegian, Ukrainian, and English. All right, coming up, we've got music from Tomo Nakayama, also Kristín Anna. First, let's visit the Wheel of Prizes and give away some cool stuff. So this is how it's going to work. We've had over 3,000 entries right now. You can still enter as well, but just go to icelandnaturally.com. This is going to be the first of 4 times we're going to be spinning the wheel today. And the first 3 times we do it, there's going to be one randomly selected prize winner that's going to receive goods from whatever brand the spin lands on. Make sense? And then during the 4th and final round, there's going to be 12 randomly selected names. They're going to be on the wheel. The wheel will be spun, and wherever it lands, that person's going to win the grand prize, which is a trip to Iceland, thanks to our friends at Icelandair. Speaking of, let's go to Boston and the Icelandair headquarters there, and over to you, Jón Wheely.
Thank you, Kevin. It's my pleasure to be here with you at the North American office for Icelandair in Boston. And are you in? Okay. Just to let you know, we have our 12 members here on the board, and we're going to spin it. To let you know, for those of you listeners and watchers, if you haven't signed up yet, make sure that you go ahead and go on to icelandnaturally.com so you can take part in the next spins. I'd like to also let you guys know that Icelandair is running some specials right now. If you go to icelandair.com, and you can see the fantastic getaway to Iceland, which is $599. And as long as you book it for the 2nd of December, you can travel anytime throughout the whole year 2021. And also it's fully refundable. It includes tours, breakfast, and several other things. So we have our first person here that's going to be our lucky contestant. And her name is Christina Charlton, and she's signed up, and she's in Madison, Wisconsin. So let's go ahead and give this a spin. There's several wonderful prizes that are available, and we'll see what she gets. All right. So, Christina, I hope you like Icelandic skid, because you've received now a whole year's 365 units of Icelandic skid, and they'll be sent, or that you'll receive the coupons that you can go ahead and purchase them at your store locally. All right. So back to you, Kevin. Thank you.
That's incredible. A year's worth of skier. I dig the wheel, too, and we'll be spinning it again later on. We've got all sorts of cool prizes coming up throughout Reykjavik Calling, including a trip to Iceland. All right, Tomo Nakayama, born in Japan, raised here in Seattle, Washington. Put out a record this past year called Melon Day that debuted at #1 on the KEXP Northwest charts. It's fantastic. Tomo's also performed at Reykjavik Calling before, back in 2011 with Olaf Arnalds. And you can watch hundreds of exclusive live KEXP performances from Icelandic artists on our YouTube channel. Now, we're going to hear a live set from Tomo, and if we're lucky, he might even dance for us.
See the way it goes. I could be dreaming. just one little spark, just two strangers in the dark. Honey, I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to get to know. Tell me stories, tell me rhymes, tell me anything you like. Tell me all about the hard times that you had to be alive. Could be just one little spark, just two strangers in the dark. Honey, I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to get to know you now. I'd like to get to know you now. I'd like to get to know you now. Thank you. This is called Glass Heart. Diamonds and skylines. Let's talk about it. Windows and starlights. We'll never
Hello, thank you for watching. My name is Tomo Nakayama, and I'm joined today by Yuki Matthews on the bass and guitar and synthesizer. And we'd like to thank KEXP for having us. It's an honor to be performing for Reykjavik Calling. Hello to everybody watching in Iceland. I love Iceland, and I can't wait till we can go visit there again someday soon. So this next song is called With the Radio On. It's our new single, and I'd like to dedicate it to all my friends at KEXP. Thank you.
Falling in love with the rain on uncertain land, facing a fading refrain. All that I had planned, working for miles through maze under no command. We're gonna need some time. We're gonna need some time. We're gonna need some time until we're singing with the radio on. It reminds me that I'm never alone, even when we're living in our own time zone. Whenever the light disappears out into the sea, wherever my life reappears, whatever will be, deep in my heart I still believe everyone's got to be free. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it out alive together with the radio on. It reminds me that I'm never alone, even when we're living in our own time zone. With the radio on, it reminds me that I'm never alone, even when we're living in our own time zones. Picking it up from the very first line, I'm speaking your names and remember location, crossing your bridge for the rest of my days and singing with the radio, pushing my way to the top of that hill and I'm lifting the knees. I remember location, give me the fire for the rest of my life and singing with the radio, picking it up for the very first line, I'm speaking the names and remember location, give me the bridge for the rest of my days and singing with the radio, pushing my way to the top of that hill and I'm lifting the knees. I remember location, give me the fire for the rest of my life and singing with the radio on. Radio on. Radio on. Radio on a Ferris wheel, city sure looks real pretty now from above. friends are gone. Must be moving on and just getting on. Counting birds of prey. Aren't they born that way? Am I just one of them? I got a feeling inside me, taking the trick and about me, taking the breath and the mess in my heart and in my head. Yeah. Maybe you see it on Saturday, maybe you wake up and make something good. There goes the neighborhood. I got a feeling inside of me, something that nobody else can see. Can't get away from the mess in my heart and in my head. Yeah. Maybe you see it on Saturday, but then you wake up and everything's new. There goes the neighborhood. I got a feeling inside of me, something that nobody else could see. I'm not gonna fake it. Maybe you see it on Saturday, maybe you wake up and everything's new. There goes the neighborhood. I got a feeling inside of me, taking the trick and about me, taking the break from the mess in my heart and my head. Maybe you see it on Saturday, maybe you wake up and make something good. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
All right, thank you so much. This is going to be our last song. It's called Darkest of Seasons. 1, 2, 3.
Mother, did I hear you pray? Brother, do you know the way? I've been meaning to reach out to you. Heard you talking in your dreams. Love, although I know it seems all we're doing here is dangling. There's a light at the end of the crate, 'cause you know it is true what they say. It's the darkest of seasons, and we only have rain. Though it's hard to remember, there's a light at the end of the grave. Daughter, do you see the road? Many miles before we go, there's a forest where the trees do grow. There'll be evenings in the clouds, times when people let you down, times you're singing just to drown them out. But there's a light at the end of the grave, 'cause you know it is true what they say. There's a hope beyond reason in the love we've made. Though it's hard to remember, there's a light at the end of the grave. seasons before we've made. Though it's hard to remember, there's a light at the end of the grave. Though it's hard to remember, there's a light at the end of the grave.
Thank you.
We are here downtown in Reykjavik, where many of the interesting bars and restaurants are located. Among them is Oaks Restaurant, where my friend Þráinn Vigfússon, chef, is going to prepare something very nice for us. Yeah. Hi Þráinn.
Hi,
Great place you have here.
thank you.
Looks authentic. Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's actually my grandfather's interior that he
Okay.
built 1961. And the idea was always to kind of make a restaurant with a homey kitchen, and it's a small one, more intimate. And yeah, so we cook around it and kind of take old things and kind of make it more modern.
Yeah, so it's real old. It's not like one of those shortcuts where they just
Exactly, it's not
scratch.
made to me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I'm proud of it, and it gives the place a vibe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And this is Oaks Restaurant, pretty much. So it's
Yes, it
intimate.
is. Yeah,
And-
only 11 seats.
And we're watching you cook. That's
Yeah,
kind of the idea.
so in here we just do everything in front of the guest, two chefs,
Mm-hmm.
pour the wine, introduce the courses, talk about everything and nothing,
Okay.
and just Iceland and all between.
People are probably curious about the food usually.
Yeah,
About
it's
that?
like, mostly we talk about the food.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mostly, like, the
What's your
Icelandic-
personal life?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And today it's gonna be cod.
Cod, so we're gonna cook cod today and some skyr for dessert,
Yeah.
so for you. But let's give you some water to start,
Yeah.
just right from the tap, like Iceland.
Since I am Icelandic, I'm used to this, but I will still pretend that I'm amazed by this idea. Very fresh. Okay, so
So,
how are you gonna season the cod?
simple salt.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start preparing the garnishes. So what we have here is Icelandic cabbage
Yeah.
that I've pre-cut, and what we do, we grill it in the grill at Sümac in the restaurant outside. And so I just cut it lightly into like small shape, V shapes. So this we take and we grill it on the grill, season it, a little bit brown butter, and then just into the oven.
Okay.
And that's, I've made it ready, so this is simple to do at home, so just salt,
Is it important that it's Icelandic cabbage?
definitely.
Yeah.
It's like, it's smaller than like most in a way, so.
So we have like pony cabbage, just like the pony horses. We have like
Exactly,
cabbage is
yeah,
smaller
yeah.
too.
We are big in some things, but small in others.
Okay.
Understand?
Cute little cabbage.
Exactly. So the next one, this is working with small again. So this is Icelandic potato. So we're like good layer. So what we do,
It's
we
golden eye.
golden eye. Yeah. So we take it into a small cubes, and
Make it even smaller.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We want it to be tiny. It's a tiny restaurant,
Yeah.
and
So we don't even need cutlery here. It's just all already.
some are like that, but in general we need it.
Okay.
So what we do, we take a few, and what we do again here, we're gonna cook this in brown butter and salt. That's it.
Yeah.
So
a little bit like the cabbage.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't grill it, just cook it in butter in a
Yeah.
pot. So we have the pot here. So we just put it in. I have some brown butter, and slowly I put a little bit water just to steam it a little bit. Close it up, and then we turn it on here, and just put it on the stove.
Everything Icelandic here except the plastic, maybe.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So that's it. And then I think we just go right into the cod, and we have it here. What I've done here is, this is just a good piece of cod.
Does it have a name? Like, is it so like unique that this particular cod was given a name by the fisherman? Or?
No, I don't think so. It's not exactly like that, but he knows it very well.
Yeah.
And this is a good size. What we are going to do.
How big do you think the cod is? Like
this one is probably this big.
Okay. Yeah.
About. And what we do here, I'm going to just clean a little bit of the back side of it. I have already cured it, brined it, sorry.
Yeah.
So I put in 10% brine for 20 minutes. So it's 10% salt versus water.
Yeah.
And
is it like a light touch of bacalao?
yeah, it's nothing close to bacalao.
Okay.
It's just like it's salted, but like bacalao has a completely another texture,
Right.
different kind of form of it, and different cooking, for example. But so we roll this lightly in the film. At home, you can just do like you don't have to roll it in the film.
Okay.
We are just doing it here for the shape of the fish, for the plate, and so forth. So we just lightly roll it. And always good to put up a little break here.
So cod is it the most common type of Icelandic fish you have here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would say it doesn't get more Icelandic than that.
Yeah.
In fishes.
The þorskur, as we call it here.
Þorskur, yes.
Yeah.
But Iceland, like, we have so much variety of good fish.
Yeah.
But cod is most popular. Haddock also is what we grew up with, like
Right.
boiled with potatoes
And ketchup.
Ketchup, exactly, to get it into us. So, but what we do here is to shape it like that, and then we cut it into portions. I've already done that, like a good TV show.
Yeah.
So we have that here. So here we have it already cut. And what we do here, we bake it in a way with a little bit of butter sauce.
Okay.
So we like our butter. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So we just cover it up here. So this is just butter and water that we have emulsified together. So in a way we work it like a furnace, but there's no egg yolks there.
Okay.
And you just boil the water, and then you work the butter into the water.
Okay.
So this is how it is, and then we just place this in an oven.
Perfect. So that's the main course.
Yeah.
So this cod does not come from a fish farm.
No, this is a wild cod, like everything in Iceland. Like most of Icelandic fish is of course from the sea that we have all around Iceland.
Yeah.
And what's good about that, like Iceland fisheries are controlled, so you cannot fish as much as you want, so it's sustainable.
Yeah.
So we just control it by research and so forth. So
Yeah.
we catch as much as we can.
Yeah.
in
So
the
we never
limit.
overfish.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and Iceland has so many varieties of great quality of fish, and like we grew up with the haddock,
Yeah.
with the potatoes and ketchup, right?
Yeah.
So it's a classic.
Yeah.
But in a
You
way,
should have
like
that on the menu as well.
I say, one
For
day,
foreigners
one
to
day, one
taste.
day. But
Icelandic
yeah,
everyday food. Yeah.
exactly.
It looks very fresh.
Yeah, in a way, like the same thing. Iceland is so like, the fisheries are so close to the country.
Yeah.
It's all close, so like the product's quite fresh. Like I got this morning, and it was fished yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's as fast as it
You
gets.
can constantly smell fish here. You smell the ocean.
Yeah,
It's always
exactly,
near
yeah.
you.
In a small village, like where I'm from, like with the wrong direction of wind, you can get all the fish
Yeah.
from the harbor over the town.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
The wrong or right direction.
It's like-
Depends on the way
like-
you look at it.
The smell is called the money smell.
Yeah.
That's back in the day, like
Yeah.
the fisheries, the smell.
Yeah. So, do we have dressing with the
Yeah,
cod?
of course, we have the sauce. Iceland, we cannot have anything without the sauce.
That's true.
That's how it is. So I'm just going to talk about that one. This is just in a way, we're taking all the green parts from the cabbage, herbs, a little bit like pak choy, actually pak choy. So it's a green sauce.
Yeah.
So we work that with the stock of the cod together with a little bit of cream and a little bit butter. And so it's a green sauce. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
like a
made-
very special kind of green.
yeah. So it's the herbs that we have in here, and of course the green cabbages that give it the color.
Okay.
And so we just lightly heat it and then serve it with the cod.
Color is important, right? And like the visual senses are important when people eat.
Definitely, yeah.
Very
So
cool.
in this, yeah, we have that, and in a way, like the base of the dish, we are working with onions, potato, and cabbage.
Okay. So where do you get the ideas for all of this?
So it's all over in a way, but we worked with this book a little bit. This is an old Icelandic cookbook from 1915, and my great grandma was given that year, and it has been passed on. So I got it, and this is kind of a thing we have here, and we take a few pointers from this book definitely, and it's unbelievable to see what they were cooking that day at least.
More than 100 years old.
Exactly.
Apple soup.
Yeah.
Rhubarb soup. People ate a lot of soup
Exactly.
back then.
And
wow.
And calories were important then, so we had to have a lot of calories to survive.
Right.
So the cold winters.
Yeah. But what about now? Are people just thinking about like low calorie?
Yeah, definitely. It's all the way around.
Yeah.
It was, we had to have a lot of things, but now it's can I have it light, please?
Yeah. But I guess a cod is pretty light food.
Yeah, like this is all like we have the vegetables, we have the cod. Like this is like healthy food.
Yeah. But what about your story? Like, why did you decide to become a chef?
My mom is a chef.
Okay.
My dad was a hotel manager up north, so it started there. But of course, my grandmother was always a great chef. On the other hand, like my mom's, my dad's mom, she was not a great chef, but a great baker.
Okay.
So it combined together with all the foodies in a way.
Yeah. So it runs in the family.
Yeah, definitely. And it like kind of, and just to have the interior from my grandfathers and grandmothers is kind of just to pay like respect to them in a way.
Yeah.
Icelandic water. Whether you're drinking it or swimming in it, it is magical. It's incredible. All right, the cod's in the oven. We'll be getting back to Chef Þráinn in just a bit to see how it comes out. There's a lot of great restaurants in Iceland and Reykjavik. I'm a vegan, and the first time I went there, I packed my suitcase with a whole bunch of vegan bars and snacks just to be safe. And when I got there, I found I didn't need them. There were just tons of great vegetarian options, vegan options, and a lot of the non-vegetarian restaurants, some of the super fancy places that I went to that I like to go on when I'm on a trip, all accommodated my vegan requests. It's amazing. All right, hearing from folks all over. Love getting your comments, whether you're watching on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. Danielle in France saying, I love to go breathe in Iceland. I do love most of all your genius, talent musically, and the people on this earth and your heart. Big up to you from France. Keep on being peacefully. People listening from all over, Bulgaria, Canada, Russia, France, Anne from Norway, Little Lady from Florida, Martin from Poland, Howdy from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Thank you all. David commenting on Tomo Nakayama and his shirt, his 12 Tonar shirt. That's a fantastic record store in Reykjavik. Reykjavik has so many great stores, great record stores for the size of the city. You've got 12 Tonar, which really specializes in Icelandic and Nordic talent and avant-garde music. Lucky Records, which is amazing. Bad Taste Records, which was born out of the arts collective that was formed to release their own music, which was the Sugar Cubes. And they have a book out now called 33 1/3 as they're celebrating their birthday. And we're giving away copies of that. But love hearing from you all. Mark Steiner also calling out Tomo Nakayama, saying he loved it and says, makes me feel like I'm back in the 101. The 101 is an area code in downtown Reykjavik. And it's such a creative place. All right. It is time to spin the wheel again. We've got music coming up from Kristín Anna. That's coming up in just a bit, but let's spin the wheel again and turn it over to Jon at Icelandair.
Kevin, it's great to be back with you again, and it's so exciting taking part in this first virtual festival for Icelandair. And we've been it's getting more and more exciting. We're hoping that whoever hasn't signed up yet to icelandnaturally.com signs up so they can take part in the next spins. And today could be your lucky day. And also for those of you that have gone to Icelandair.com, you can see there's several specials. And this special for the $5.99 is incredible. And it's fully refundable. As you know, these are strange times, and hopefully they'll be over soon. But you can book it, and you can still be safe. So we'd also like to get a shout out to Christina Charlton again from Madison, Wisconsin, who won 1 year's provision from Icelandic Provision Skid. So we hope you enjoy that. And we're ready for our next lucky contestant. And that contestant is coming from Denver, Colorado. And that will be Jeffrey McDonald. So if you're watching, I hope you send me how hard you want me to spin the wheel, and we hope you get lucky. This is getting very exciting, but I'll tell you what, this is also a very, very good prize. We'll start out with this one. It's coming from Icelandic, and it starts with 15 pounds of Icelandic brand smoked salmon. And you also get 3 flavors of wild fish oil smoothie booster supplements. So 15 pounds of smoked salmon. I hope you have lots of friends, or if you don't, you will get them soon. Now back to you, Kevin.
Colorado. As Jon mentioned, there's 2 more giveaways, and you can still enter to win. Just go to icelandnaturally.com and giving away all sorts of cool stuff, skincare products from the Blue Lagoon, wool blankets and scarves, Reykjavik vodka, and the grand prize coming up in just a bit, a flight to Iceland, a trip to Iceland. So stay tuned for that. Let's go back to Bergur and Chef Þráinn, see how the cod is doing.
So, we're back here at Oak's restaurant with Chef Þráinn. Do we have something?
Cod is actually ready now, so we'll take that out.
That's good, because I'm starving.
And we'll start plating it.
Okay.
So here it's cooked, and I'm going to open up the foil.
So it's been cooked, but not thoroughly. It's
No.
kind of a light cooking method you use.
This is on, center is about 45 now.
Yeah.
And what we have here, and so what I do, we have cheese. So the inspiration is Icelandic stew called plokkfiskur.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna kind of torch the fish with the cheese. So then we have.
That's the only unsustainable thing we do all day. Is the gas for the propane for the torching.
So here is the sauce, and we're going to just plate it wildly on the plate. And so I have some.
Yeah, that's what chefs do always.
Yeah.
It's always like this wild kind of texture you use. Is it something you learn in school, or
Yeah.
like?
This is the artist in us.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
So just dress it here, place it, then this is ready like that. Then we have some baby kale here. So I'm going to dress that with a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, baby bottles too.
Exactly,
everything cute and nice
Little
here
oil.
in our cute little restaurant here.
So, and then we're just going to dress that with it.
Kale, it doesn't get more hipster authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
This kale just needs a little beard,
Yeah,
Just
and
drinking some ale and.
like in Iceland, we grow our, most of the things in the greenhouses, so that's a renewable energy there. And so this is the cod. Then we have a side dish.
So this is grown in Iceland.
Yeah.
And just to survive the winter months, it's done in
Greenhouses, yeah.
Interesting.
So we have the potatoes here on the side.
Cute little baby.
Potatoes. So that's like that.
You ever get comments about that people find it too much, you know, too cute and just, you know, eating baby potatoes just reminds them of babies and...
I wouldn't say so, but in a way it's... So we have a side dish here, and just to top it off, we'll add a little bit of the butter from the potatoes. So this is inspired by the stew, the Icelandic fish stew. So we have the cheese, we have the potatoes, caramelized onions, and the kale.
And so we eat it with a spoon because of the stew?
Yeah,
kind of,
in a way, like the cord breaks, so you don't need a knife for it.
Exactly. It's very good. You can taste every ingredient in it. It's amazing.
Terrific.
And even though it's cooked, like, it feels somehow fresh as well.
Exactly. And you can see it's like not white, so the protein haven't been popped out of it.
Right.
So it's a little bit.
And so do people just take these tiny portions of the potatoes with?
Yeah. And the cabbage
and the
there.
Cabbage.
It's grilled. We just rolled it into a small roast.
Yeah.
So it's in small pieces. You can just use the fork with it.
Exactly.
So while you're doing this, I'll start with the dessert, the skyr dessert.
Great. So tell me more about the dessert.
So what we have, in a way, this is the skyr. We have a few things. To start with, we have a geothermal rye bread that's baked in the ground by Bjarki the chef. And Bjarki has been doing this for a while, 25 years, and he sends the bread to us with the bus.
Okay, so it's cooked in the ground,
yeah.
you say?
So it's steamed in the ground. So it's for 24 hours. So he drops it in the ground. There's like a geyser with like a hole in the ground that comes a lot of steam out.
So this is actually baked and steamed close to the geysers where they... Okay.
So, and then, bakes it 24 hours, picks it up, it's hot, delivers it with the bus, so I just pick it up from some parking lot in Reykjavik.
You pick this up in a parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is, he cooks this in milk cartons.
Okay.
So, and the bread is...
Because I was just gonna ask like how it feels to pick something up like in an aluminum foil in a parking lot, like...
Yeah, exactly. It's shaky. Shaky. So what we have done, we just crisp it up in a small crust that we use in the dessert. Then we have the whey cheese, caramelized whey cheese.
Yeah.
So that's used from the leftover whey that comes from the milk, and we're gonna just pour that into the bottom, and it's just a little bit of sugar, whey cheese, and cream. Yummy. Then we have the skyr here it is.
Yeah.
So this is just in a kisak, so it's airy, and we're going to try it out before we start. And
so it's like whipped.
Yeah, it's a whipped skyr in a way.
Okay.
You can't do it in like a machine also. You don't have to put it in here.
Right.
Just whip it slowly.
Okay.
So then we have this here. Then on top we have the rye bread. Crunchy.
In flakes, is that?
Yeah. So we cut it slightly and bake it. Then we need some vegetables in it, some root vegetables that we, like Iceland grows a lot of root vegetables. So we have the red beets.
And it's kind of cool, like with the rye bread, because I mean, it was maybe inappropriate to use this like almost kind of like illegal drug analogy to describe like how precious it is, but the fact that you actually make it into crumbles and scatter it over the dessert makes it even more of like we're enjoying some kind of forbidden substance here.
Exactly.
But of course, it's just healthy.
Healthy rye bread.
Yeah.
And what we have here is red beets with a little bit of apotheker licorice, like a pharmacy licorice that we call in Iceland.
Yeah.
Because it was only you could only get it in the pharmacy back in the day.
Right. Is it salty?
Yeah, salty.
Salty licorice.
So we add that here, and then we add a little bit of small leaves of oregano.
I don't know if we are cooking anymore, or this is almost like some kind of laboratory work here. This is.
give it a layer of herb.
So how did you come up with this recipe?
So in a way, like I like a lot of licorice myself, and licorice and red beets go well together. And the skyr is kind of creamy, and of course the caramelized white cheese that kind of gives the balance and the kind of bottom of the plate.
Okay.
Kind of gives the power. So.
Just to taste this, there are so many interesting ingredients in this. I just forgot, but somehow it's gonna. Yeah. Wow. I can taste the licorice. It's there.
You have to go in the bottom to get the white cheese.
Yeah. So this is salty. It's sweet. It's cold. It's hot. It's everything.
Exactly. Everything a good dessert needs.
Got some geothermal energy in there through the rye bread.
Yeah.
We got some
renewable energy from the greenhouse, like the oregano, and so
people get very energized.
Exactly. Yeah. So in a way, like you have three things there that are really traditional in Iceland. You have the skyr, the white cheese, and the rye bread. So these three elements are quite essential to the Icelandic kind of traditions that we grew up with.
I just want to ask one thing for our viewers who are in America. Do you think you can get the ingredients for this in America?
Definitely, I think like you have the Icelandic cod, you have cod of course in the States. Everything that we are doing with the cod is get in the States definitely. For the dessert, the skyr is in Whole Foods, I know. And the white cheese, I think definitely it's made in the USA. And rye bread, you can substitute that with some dark bread that you have at home.
Sure.
So, no problem. So like, I would say we definitely can try this at home. Follow the recipes that will be shown, and just play with it. Don't take it too seriously.
But you also have to come over and try this thing for yourselves. But anyways, it was a real pleasure, Þráinn.
Nice to meet you.
To visit your beautiful restaurant here, Oaks, in downtown Reykjavik. And I can say for sure that we are leaving this place very content and full.
Content and full just watching it. So much creativity. Man, that rye bread steamed and baked underground near a geyser. Sounds amazing. Speaking of amazing, we've got a live set from Kristín Anna coming up in just a bit, live from KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik, Iceland. But first, back to Boston for the magical Wheel of Prizes.
Thank you, Kevin. It's getting more and more exciting here in our North American office in Boston. We've already had two winners that you can see online as well. But I can tell you we had a Christina Charlton from Madison, Wisconsin, who won a year's supply of skid from Icelandic Provisions. Then we also had Jeffrey McDonald from Denver, Colorado, who won the 15 pounds of smoked salmon, as well as the Smoothie Boost natural fish oils. So we're about ready to get started for the next spin. And I want to remind everyone, we still have this spin, and then the next spin after that is for the grand prize. So I don't know, it's getting pretty exciting in here. So, and the grand prize, everybody can still win by going to Icelandair.com and seeing the specials as well. So let's get started. So for those of you, IcelandNaturally.com to sign up. And the next person is from Seattle, Washington. We love Seattle. And her name is Lisa Toftemark. So once again, it's Lisa Toftemark from Seattle, Washington, and it's your turn on the lucky wheel. All right, Lisa, you're going to receive an Icelandic wool blanket. They're lovely. And so that's back to you, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you, Jon. And congrats to Lisa from Seattle picking up the Icelandic wool blankets. Stay tuned here. You can still enter to win the grand prize, a trip to Iceland. Just go to IcelandNaturally.com. You need to do that right now, though. And we will give that away after Kristín Anna's set from KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik, Iceland. Now, her latest album came out in 2019. It's called I Must Be the Devil. Amazing album. Part of her background, I guess, she joined Moon with her twin sister, Gita, over 20 years ago. Gita's done a Reykjavik Calling performance, did one in 2018. You can watch that on our YouTube channel. And after Kristín left Moon, she started doing this beautiful experimental orchestral pop folk recordings. And you can find out more about her if you want. Jasmine's written a great piece on the KEXP website at kexp.org. But let's listen to her now, live from KEXP Hostel in Reykjavik, Iceland. This is Kristín Anna.
Hello, I am Kristín Anna. This is Magnús Tryggvason Eliasson on the drums. We're gonna play a song, title song of an album I released called I Must Be the Devil, except it's not on the album. It goes like this. I must be the devil for the way I close my eyes. The pain you must suffer, I allow you to die. Go on living my life as if nothing is wrong. Thinking I'm doing good, simply enjoy. kannski Daniel Friðrik Böðvarsson ætlar að koma og spila á gítari með okkur.
This bill I cost to get you to love me comes down so fast like how lightning strikes the sky. It stays all along, it's a picture that has been drawn. It catches fire and it's burning forever. Was the ocean before the rain fell in. Now the waves crossing, breaking up on so many shores. Now an earthquake, I'm bursting open, not to trap you in. Chances are you might not change. Chances are everything else might change. Will you hold on to what you care for? Will you have the courage to let go?
Okay, this is a song, a honky donkey catch called Broken Light.
This song is about how it felt to meet your friend when you were on me telling jokes. How hard the laugh pulled me completely into the moment before I went and see you back for weeks again. And now I wonder, did I make it up all in my head, or were we something that I dreamt of? I'm so glad, could the imagination be powerful enough to decipher what's the truth and what is destined of someone like myself and you? Now here spinning around the sun and everything I could become if we carried on towards the vision of the future we have. Falling, so how could we pretend that it is any other way? When it looks like though we know that any color is a ray of broken light becomes a rainbow, red and blue, just different angles. I'm calling something else we might. How could we pretend that it is any other way? And though I know that any color is a ray of broken light, I still want to live it with the beyond delusion I'll be true, and I will keep my faith in you. I know that we're coming closer with every breath we take. I don't mind the chaos, brother, just imagine what we'd make. Feeling like it's drawing closer and each moment becomes past. I can take the challenge, sister, I know we were made to last. Just like a song that gets on, carried on down generation, all the unconceived challenge to see the light. Well, it is not like the night that never fell down. The breeze could be the bee. When I watch it work, it marries me. And now I hear something is happening to it, but we just can't see. Remains me there is so much we could add to the existence, though it's glistening weeks and years we're loving it. Cause anytime when you come close, I get these words to create. As a daughter in the star, each for all and all for one. A better world for everyone. And though we would pretend that it were the other way, then just like any hue of color is a ray of broken light. Each of us must shine. Each of us must shine. And we pretend that it isn't the other way. Just gonna tell you how it felt to me. To school, yeah. Just wanna pull you across the line. Things between us. Do you see the line? Spend die, nothing. shining light, spinning dark and there. Your home that we're making. It's magnetic. Now the currents over. Oh, I want to take place. Let's not forget. I can feel your swag that we can create. Now they hear our sound, pulls them in and till they die. Deals of begun, dirt once more. The love that we made. Don't know for you. Don't know who you are.
Takk, thank you for us. Tumi Árnason on saxophone, Magnús Elíasson Tryggvason on drums, og Daniel Friðrik Böðvarsson on the guitar. I am Kristín Anna. Thank you, KEXP, for having me, and thank you for watching this been fun. I hope you're all good.
Well, after that lovely meal from Þráinn at Oaks, I'm now here at the bar at Sümac restaurant, almost alone. Well, luckily I have Leo, the bartender, with me.
Bonsoir.
And what are you gonna prepare for me?
Well, I'm gonna make a Brennivin cocktail, which is a caraway spirit. It's basically one of the first spirits that was here in Iceland from 1935.
Strong?
It's super strong.
Okay.
It's actually it's
Bitter?
been gotten. Well, yeah, it's more like it will kill your throat. Like if you need some taste or smell out of your system, just get Brennivin, basically.
Exactly what I need.
Yeah. But I'm gonna make a delicious cocktail with it. That's actually not that burning. It's based off of a yogurt that got discontinued here in Iceland called Skóla yogurt.
Yeah.
And Icelandic people will remember the purple version of it, which was a licorice one. It's actually just delicious.
Okay,
So,
but just to get it clear, so
yeah.
this cocktail is based on a discontinued yogurt product?
Yeah, it had too much sugar in it. It was meant for schools.
Right, okay.
So
made the kids just...
hyper. Yeah, you don't want that really.
Okay.
But it's okay, it's for adults because it has alcohol, so it's okay.
All right, all right,
Yeah, makes sense.
Drink based on discontinued yogurt. This is what I come to the bar for.
So you basically have a yogurt, Brennivin, licorice, vanilla, vodka, spirit. I think that's a good word for it.
Okay. Like a mixture would also be a good word? Or?
Yeah, it's a good mixture basically. Yeah, it takes about like 2 days to make this, so I hope you're like, it's worth the wait, I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just have to wait 2 days now. No joke. Then we have some sugar for you, because yeah, you need sugar. You have some egg whites. And finally, because well, back in those days, it's really hard to get citrus, so I just have like a citric mix.
Right.
So it's no fresh, like lemon or lemonade. It's just
Right.
like the acids, really.
Just bring it on.
Yeah, I'll bring it on, man.
Yeah.
Not that way, man.
This is the Icelandic shaking style, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I've seen at least 5 bartenders do it. That's like 90% of them. Yeah.
Good shoveling too. Ooh.
And all right, cold glass.
Yeah, very cold, and even just the shape of it makes me kind of drunk already.
Yeah,
It's something-
exactly. It's gotta be strong, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that frothy texture. So is that the
So
eggs?
it's like the yogurt, the egg whites, and then just to finish it off, because it was a yogurt, it has like an aluminum on it. You have to lick the foam with, like when you open the
Oh, yeah?
yogurt. So you start by
Okay.
doing that. So you take the meringue that's on top,
Yeah. Of
just
course,
lick
I take
the foam.
I take the lid off,
Yeah, you lick it.
just like in school.
Yeah, it's just like
Always.
school, man.
Yeah.
And
This
then
is
you
how
just
Icelandic elementary lunch hours were back in the days. Yeah.
so it goes like from like sour, then you have brennivine, then you have like creamy yogurt, and then it goes to like that almost like ironized yogurt taste that you have like an aftertaste of yogurt.
Yeah. This is an absolute taste of Iceland. It
Yeah.
has everything here, even heavy industry, even aluminium
Yeah.
smelters.
I know,
Kinda-
right?
Yeah.
Welcome, mate.
Well, this is a great way to end this. Thank you very much, Leo. And being at a bar in Reykjavik, not completely alone. You know, I got some company with the bartender, drinking a complex but yet authentic drink. That's quite the way to say goodbye here from Reykjavik, Iceland. Thank you.
Goodbye, Bergur. Hope to see you in Iceland soon, and we can have a mocktail in person. And Yazette on the chat saying she had a home burglary, and they didn't take the brunt of it. I guess they didn't know what they were missing. Unfortunately, it's almost time to say goodbye to our friends at Icelandair. But let's go back to Boston and spin the wheel for the grand prize of a trip to Iceland.
Kevin, it's great to be back with you. If anybody out there is looking for that last present they need for Christmas, it's a great idea to buy one of these wheels. This has been the most fun that I've had in a long time. I'd like to take you through the 12 possible winners that we have for the grand prize. We start here from the top, or almost from the top. So it's Matthew Martin, and then we have Jaffe Perricharo. I hope that's correct. We have Christine Elmore. We have Brian Carlson, Chris Chappelle. We have Gianni Carento, Matt Lloyd, Eliza Jones, Debbie Minaga, and Darian Qureshi. Correct? Okay, so we've got everybody here on the, and if I didn't get this one, I'll do it again. That's Jeff McKelly. So as we've been sending you all throughout the evening or throughout the afternoon in Seattle, we've been sending you to the Icelandair.com website so that you can see the relaxing Iceland getaway. And the grand prize will be the getaway, which is that you can choose your travel date throughout the whole year of 2021. If you buy it, it's fully refundable, but obviously this one won't be refundable. It includes the round-trip airfare, checked baggage, 3 nights at the hotel, breakfast, tours, and all the taxes, fees, and fuel surcharges. There's one addition to the grand prize. The grand prize winner will go, this is also for 2 people. So the 2 people will spend so the regular ticket is 3 nights, and the last night is the 4th night, which is going to be at the Blue Lagoon Hotel, Silica, and you'll also get a dinner for 2 as well there. So when I spin the wheel, the winner will receive that prize, the relaxing Iceland gateway. They'll also receive the extra night at the Blue Lagoon Hotel plus the dinner. And from all the members on the lucky wheel, you'll also receive 1 gift from all of those as well. Okay? So I'm sure if you guys are here, you want me to just do it slowly. And if you're over there, you want me to go hard. So I'm going to go as hard as I can without moving the wheel. And let's see how we can do it. All right. So we have our winner, and she's from Knoxville, Tennessee, which is maybe, who knows, might be a new destination for Icelandair if she tells all her friends about it. So that's Eliza Jones from Knoxville, Tennessee, which is going to be the grand prize winner on the Lucky Wheel for this virtual festival. We hope you enjoyed it. One last thing before I turn it over to Kevin. On behalf of Icelandair, our crew, our pilots, our whole team, we look forward to seeing you on board our planes soon and inviting you back to Iceland. And we wish you all to be safe. Thank you. And back to you, Kevin. Thank you.
Jan, thank you so much, and congratulations, Eliza. You're going to have a fantastic time in Iceland. Thanks to Icelandair, the Icelandair Relaxing Getaway Package, they're doing a special offer on that through December 2nd. You can pick that up for $599, which is quite a deal, and there's a lot of flexibility with that. So thank you all for watching Reykjavik Calling today. Thanks to the artists, just wonderful performances from Kristín Anna, Supersport, Tomo Nakayama. Also, thank you, Chef Þráinn and mixologist Leo at Ox. Thank you, Frida Esberg, author. Thank you for your thoughts and candor. And of course, thanks to my Icelandic co-host in Reykjavik, Bergur Ebbi. And man, can't wait until we can have these experiences in person. But I'm so grateful that we were able to bring you a live streaming version of Reykjavik Calling this year. We wouldn't be able to do it without tons of creativity from all sorts of folks. So I want to thank everybody at KEXP Hostel. We miss you guys so much. Can't wait to be back there. Thanks to Michael and Jan and everybody at Icelandair. Thanks to Lena and Bega at Iceland Naturally and everybody there. Thanks to Reykjavik Sumac Restaurant, Sahara. Thanks to the KEXP crew, Andrea, Jim, Scott, Julian, Kevin Sir, and Matt. And for more Icelandic music, check out my most recent weekly mix podcast. You can get it at kexp.org. Just go to the listen section there. It's kind of a companion or replacement for this year's Iceland Airwaves, which was canceled. I am featuring some of the highlights of previous Iceland Airwaves trips and broadcasts, and also previewing next year's, the 2021 Iceland Airwaves, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, you can also check out our YouTube channel for hundreds of live performances from Icelandic artists that we've captured at KEXP Hostel and in Iceland for Iceland Airwaves. And Mammut, an amazing Icelandic band, are going to be performing live later today at 5 p.m. here on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. That's going to be streaming live from the Iceland Naturally website. Again, thanks tons for watching. Stay safe. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Can't wait to see you in Iceland, and wear a mask. Thanks for watching. Talk.